the bagel opens up in a rather surprising way.
Hey guys, I'm sick. And because I'm sick, I think I'm a little angrier than I normally am. Everything I've eaten today has tasted awful. I slept like shit last night. Also, when I was brushing my tongue this morning, I put the toothbrush back too far, which I do sometimes, and I'll usually gag. But this was such a violent gag, my throat hurt for like 15 minutes. And even though that happened a few hours ago, I'm still pissed about it. God, even this Gatorade tastes like shit. But I wanted to channel all this anger into something productive, if you could call making an angry YouTube video productive. And I want to talk about a video that I tweeted about a few weeks ago, but I don't think the one tweet did enough to sum up what angers me about this video. It's a video that Business Insider made. This woman, what's her name? Eugenia Chang. The headline of the article that they have this video on is "A mathematician explains the best way to cut a bagel." And right off the bat, you're probably thinking, but Drew, why can't you just cut it in half? And that's a great point. You can just cut it in half.
Usually, we cut a bagel open straight down the middle, and it has a left and a right.
Yeah, you could say usually. You could also say always.
Cut it along a Mobius strip. It's not going to be quite the same. I'm going to cut the bagel, starting with my knife in this direction. But as I cut, I'm going to turn the knife so that when I get back to the beginning, I'm facing the other way. So I start my cut here, around I go, start twisting, now facing sideways.
Okay, I get the idea here. I get that if you go in a circle and you twist your knife, then you're not actually cutting the bagel in half, which I guess is the goal here. The whole goal of this is to not cut the bagel in half.
And when I'm done, the bagel opens up in a rather surprising way because it hasn't been cut in half.
Exactly. It hasn't been cut in half. And I guess that was the goal of this, to not cut it in half. But here's a question I think everyone in the world has right now. How the fuck are you gonna toast this bagel? They talk about how normally a bagel is cut in half. That's the way normal people do it, but as if that's a bad thing. Like, as if that's not getting the job done. Also, as if people are trying they have their bagels are cut in half and they're trying to put cream cheese on, and they're like getting cream cheese all over their shirt, and like they can't eat it without getting it because they're fucking idiots and everyone's so goddamn stupid. That's the impression I get from this, is that Business Insider, or at least this woman, thinks everyone in the world is a goddamn idiot who can't manage to keep their hands clean when dealing with a regular cut in half bagel. Let's keep watching.
Oh, this bagel seems to be delicious.
Seems to be delicious? You haven't done anything to it yet.
Seems to be delicious.
Seems to be delicious is something a robot would say if he saw food for the first time and was trying to convey to a human that he's not really a robot, that he's trying to pretend he's a human. Ah, yes, this food seems to be delicious, right? Right, that delicious, that's the adjective I would use for food, yes. I knew that, I'm a human.
Seems to be delicious.
It's a Mobius strip, which means that if I take some cream cheese, I can spread it all the way over this bagel without ever taking my knife off, except to get more cream cheese.
Wow. And you didn't even have to lift your knife, which that's the point. This definitely seems like the most efficient way to cut and consume a bagel. Assuming your definition of efficient is the opposite of the actual definition of efficient, because this would take me 20 minutes to figure out how to cut a bagel like this. And like I said, you can't even toast it. The last time I had a bagel that I didn't toast was, I have never done that. Here's the description of the video. We wanted to know if it was possible to use math to make a delicious, mess-free bagel. So let's focus on the two adjectives that are promised here. Number one, delicious. Two, mess-free. Number one, delicious. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but does cutting a bagel a different way have any effect on how it tastes? Actually, the only way I do think it has an effect is a negative effect in this case, in that you can't fucking toast it. So yeah, it would taste different. I don't know if not toasting a bagel necessarily makes it more delicious. The second adjective, mess-free, it's almost like they're making fun of themselves at this point.
And round there. Oh, and I've met the beginning of where I've already put the cream cheese.
Look at this. Her fingers. There's cream cheese on like 3 of her fingers. Hey, but what happened to your promise, Business Insider? You said this is gonna be a delicious mess-free bagel. And I love that, like, they had to have noticed that. I'm sure she noticed it. I'm sure the cameraman noticed. Everyone noticed the cream cheese all over her hand. And like, what, they couldn't do another take? They couldn't do, you don't think she could have done, I'm sure it's possible to cut a bagel and put cream cheese on this way, where you don't get it all over your hands, and yet they use the one and only take they took, in which she's got cream cheese all over her fucking hand. I love that. So right there, they've already broken their 2 promises, and that's, you know, that's in a 1-minute video. So way to go, Business Insider.
A delicious Möbius bagel.
I think I'm just in a mood where, like, I'm just rolling my eyes at everything. Everything about this video, it just screams like pretentious to me. Her accent is pretentious. British people, I'm sorry, but they're already fighting an uphill battle every day to not sound pretentious. But her accent is not doing her any favors in that regard. Also, Möbius strip.
The Möbius strip.
It's got the dots over the O. Like, come on, are we really doing this? We really doing this, guys? Come on. Like, what are we, we're fighting a nuclear war out there and we're worried about how to cut a bagel? We're lucky we even have bagels to cut however which way we want. I cut my bagel, I dice my bagels, and I eat them like little, like M&Ms. In conclusion, I think the real problem with this video, or maybe not the problem, but the reason that a video like this gets made is that there's just nothing left to do on Earth. There's nothing that humans haven't done or thought of or said or invented. And this woman who I'm railing into for no reason, it's just trying to do something original. I think the whole Möbius strip thing is pretty interesting. I think it's cool to look at. This is something you could show to your friend and be like, hey, I learned this way to look. You can open it up and you can put cream cheese in, but it's not cut in half. You can't separate it. Like, it's cool, it looks interesting, but to say it's the best way to cut your bagel when you can't even fucking toast it when you're done, I call it controversial, but I think this is pretty stupid. That's where I stand on this. If you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up the hell out of it. Tell your friends if you like me, subscribe if you aren't already. As for me, I'm gonna go chug some NyQuil, even though it's only like 4 p.m. And then when I wake up, I'm gonna try to edit this video. Also, I'm gonna throw in the parody of this video that I made a couple weeks ago when I first saw it. But that one I made that in like 5 minutes. This video pretty much has all my thoughts about it. So you can stop watching now, or you can keep watching that if you want. Blah, blah, blah. I cursed a lot more in this video than I normally do. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm pissed off at the world for being so sick. If you guys like this video, maybe I'll get sick more often, so I can be an asshole about stuff and complain more. So anyway, that's it. Bye. Hey guys, so I was really inspired by Business Insider's new video, how to cut a bagel the right way, and I decided to recreate it on my own because it's a really great way to cut your bagel, very convenient, very fast, for the ideal consumption. Now, I've got cinnamon raisin bagels, but I think it works with any kind of bagel. I don't think it matters so much what kind of bagel it is. Now these, you'll see they're already cut in half, the dumb way, the Neanderthal way. We're not gonna worry about that. We're gonna just kind of cut around that. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this the correct way. Now, I've got a few different knives here. I think I'm just gonna stick to the regular one. And you're gonna start, it's called a trapezoid? I forget what it's called. But you're gonna start with your knife in one end, in a straight direction, and you're gonna pull around. You're gonna pull the knife around. Whoops! You're gonna pull the knife around till you get to the other side, and you're gonna kind of just be very careful not to mess up the bagel too bad, but you're gonna wanna twist, whoops, you're gonna slowly twist until you get to the other side. So just set that down very carefully. I think maybe I'll use a different knife for the cream cheese. Now what's great about this shape is you never have to take your knife off the bagel. You can just spread the cream cheese all the way around. And you never have to take your knife off the bagel. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of having to lift my cream cheese knife up every time I want to get to a different part of the bagel. So this is really helpful for you guys if you want just like different ways to eat breakfast, If you're having a big party coming up, I don't really need the knife actually, I can just get some of that. And this is probably the fastest way to eat a bagel, to cut a bagel, and show this to your friends. They're really gonna like this. I can't wait to dig in. This is starting to look very good. Try this at home if you want. Like I said, it's very, very fast, very convenient, and only a little bit messy, but take care.
Seems to be delicious.